Hello, Sheriff Rich McNamee, Henry County Sheriff's Office. I'm welcoming you here today to take a tour of the Henry County Law Center and Jail. I will start the tour by saying we are very proud of our building and Sheriff's Office, but it's 54 years old, it's worn out, and it's undersized. I'll start with the ramp here. This is the entrance ramp. We are out of ADA compliance with current regulations of ADA. This is the main entrance to the Sheriff's Office and our lobby. The plexiglass windows you'll see are not secure and they're not tamper resistant. We have no security on the windows other than the glass. On this side we only have a sliding glass window. This window is also not tamper resistant and has no security measures on it. We're now on the back side of the lobby, and this is the main entrance into our Sheriff's Office. This door is locked for entry. However, an inmate on the other side of the door, it is not locked for them. They can get out without having to be accessed out or using a key. This is the main hall. All the doors in it locked going in but not going out. It is not ADA compliance, as you can tell by the way we had to pass by each other in the hall. When a subject is arrested in Henry County, they're brought to the rear of the building. The squad cars are parked in the back of the parking lot. The inmate is removed from the squad car and walked into the rear of the building. During that process, they're exposed to the elements. There's no security measures in place other than the restraints on the inmate. They're walked to the back door of the building. They must ring the doorbell to gain entry, and they have to wait here with their inmate in custody until the staff of the Sheriff's Office allows them entry into the building. This is the booking room for the Sheriff's Office and Jail. It is not secured, so inmates can simply get up and walk out, and the only thing stopping them is staff. The space is cramped. There's a lot of electronics in this room. It makes it especially difficult when we're dealing with uncooperative inmates. And if we have more than one arrestee at a time, the remaining arrestees are placed in a chair in the hallway to wait their turn to be booked into jail. This is the civil office of the Sheriff's Office. This is the clerical administrative office where all the paperwork comes and goes. This office is the office of 2 employees. You can see the window at the front, which we noticed from the lobby, is unsecured. It's only a sliding glass window. The windows to your left are street accessible standard windows for residents, and there's no security measures on those either. There are no locked doors between the jail and this office. There is limited space for storage for employee property, and there is extremely limited space for record storage in this office. This is the main entrance to the jail from the booking room. This is a stairwell. I will note that we are not ADA compliant. We have no elevator to the basement of the jail. You will also notice at the bottom of the stairs that our only security measures from entry or exit of the jail facility is an expandable gate. We have entered the jail facility. This is the inmate laundry and change-out room and storage area for all inmate storage. You'll note that we do not have commercial laundry facilities. These are standard residential commercial laundry facilities. This is also the change-out room. Where I'm standing is where an inmate would change into their uniform of orange. Very limited space. We have chemical cabinets within arm's reach for cleaning supplies. We have the laundry facility right here. We have a water heater and storage behind me. All this is within a few feet or arm's length of any inmate at any time. We also have a staff member in here with them while they're changing into their uniform. You will note this is the back side of the laundry facility. Behind this expandable gate is overflow of inmate storage. We have an 8-bed jail, but we have approximately 30 inmates. We don't have adequate inmate storage, so their personal properties are placed into black trash bags, and they're labeled obviously for that particular inmate, and they're placed behind this expandable gate. I will point out that this is electronics abundant in the same room. This is a lot of our 911 system, our emergency radio systems and paging systems in the same room where we're storing inmate property. Adjacent to the laundry room, the next room down the hall of the jail portion of the Sheriff's Office is the medical room. When our inmates come to receive medical or mental treatment, they're brought into this room. There are no security measures in this room other than restraints we place on the inmate. The door is unsecured. It can be unlocked from the inside. It is locked for entry into this room. This is the next step down the hallway of the jail portion of the sheriff's office. We have 18 lockers out here that are for inmate property. This is in addition to the last couple rooms we were in where other inmate overcrowding storage was placed in black bags. These are our actual inmate lockers. This is where we store jail uniforms and bedding linens and washing cloths and towels. It's also a small library that we have for inmate reading, just to keep them occupied while they're incarcerated. This is a two-person cell. It's one of two-person cells that we have here at the jail. We have a total capacity of 8 in the jail, and we're usually in the 25 to 35 range as far as population. This cell is normally occupied by female inmates. It is designed and specified by law to contain 2 inmates. We have had up to 10 inmates in here, believe it or not, but they have to be back down to 2 population within 24 hours of their arrest. I will note that because our jail was built in the 1960s, that we have steel bars and mesh. That is an obsolete fashion for most jails today. They are made of concrete and thick glass, tamper-resistant glass. So this is an obsolete measure in a current jail. In a modern jail facility, electronic doors are utilized by one staff member to access inmates and have them enter and exit their cells. In our jail, you have to open this door, release this door, an inmate can come or go as you instruct them. They come into this room. The door that you just saw opened will be closed, and then one of these doors will be rolled open so they have access into their cell. This is the largest cell in the Henry County Jail. You'll see that there's five bunks in this jail, but by law we can only hold 4 inmates in this jail over 24 hours. This is what we call the bullpen or the multiple occupancy cell, and you will notice several things in this room. It's steel, it's concrete. This is where we hold the majority of our inmates. We have had almost 20 in this cell before, but up to 24 hours we have until they have to be removed. So usually after initial appearance, we bring the population back to 4 inmates in this cell. This is the last of our cells at the Henry County Jail. It's a 2-person male-occupied cell. It's on the far east end of our jail facility. And if you've noticed, I mentioned 2 women, 4 men, 2 men. That's a total of 8. Our population in 2017 is averaging in the low 30s. We had 31 today, 33 day before yesterday. So everybody in excess of 8 is farmed out. So today we have 23 farmed out, or we will be farming out 23. That is $40 per day per inmate. We transport them to our neighboring jails, and it's a cost burden to the taxpayers of Henry County. This is the last of our 2-person cells. It's designed very similarly to the 4-person multiple occupancy cell that we just exited. However, it's just smaller. You'll still note the steel bars, the wire mesh, the concrete and the steel, but we are overcrowded, and this is a worn-out facility. Okay, we've exited the jail facility as far as the inmates go, but we've now entered the administrative portion of the jail. It's just directly east of the last jail cell. Right now you're seeing restraint devices. The chair is a restraint device, and the board hanging on the wall is a restraint device. They are for combative or uncooperative inmates. We do not use them in this hallway. We take them to a room up ahead of you on the left. Duplicates as a visitation room for inmates. We clear out the desk and chair that are in there. We take the control or restraint device in there, and we utilize it as needed. This is just simply where they're stored in the middle of a hallway. This is the inmate visitation from the vantage point or viewpoint of the family or the attorney or the clergy person or whoever. This is where the inmate sits during visitation. They sit down behind the glass that you're looking at, as I am. They pick up the phone and they talk to their loved ones, their clergy person or their family or neighbor or whoever is visiting them through this glass window and over the telephone. This is the jail office. 10 jail staff work out of this small office. There are minimal storage for records in this office. There are minimal storage areas for employee property. As you're looking at this wall, this is the inmate roster. It's a roster of inmates currently incarcerated by Henry County Sheriff's Office. You will see a television on the wall with security cameras from the remainder of the jail and Sheriff's Office. That is to assist our jail staff with monitoring all the inmates while they're in our facility. As we look at the board, I mentioned that the black colored inmate roster are inmates housed in county, and all the other remaining colors are farmed out of county to neighboring jails and facilities. This costs you taxpayers of Henry County anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 per year, every year, only for their room and board. We also do at least a minimum of 1 daily transport to a neighboring jail, sometimes up to a half a dozen trips per day, all at your expense. This is the only break room in the building. This room also serves as the storage room. It serves as the copier room. It serves as a place to set second and third and fourth arrestees while they're waiting to be booked into jail. This is one of 2 staff bathrooms in the building at the Sheriff's Office. You'll note that there is also a storage in this bathroom. That is a floor buffer off to your left. 2 bathrooms for 40 employees. This is the office for the Deputy Sheriffs of Henry County. This is a small room. It's designed to be the workspace for 9 deputy sheriffs. This room has got limited storage, even though you see the cabinets, that each deputy has a cabinet. For example, the wall you're looking at, 4 deputies share that space, so that's 4 deputies storage space. There's limited evidence working area. They use this center console or center island as their workspace. And there's limited storage for evidence or evidence processing in this area. This is the Henry County Dispatch Center, or the E911 Center for Henry County. It has limited storage for personal items. All IT items in these 3 black boxes are normally in an office separated from the dispatch center. In most modern facilities, these are put into a climate-controlled area that has limited access to supervisory staff of the dispatch center or the sheriff's office. All this is stored here because between the room downstairs and the room here, that's all we have available for this electronic and technological storage. I will point out that the dispatch center is not secured from the public other than the front door we came in that's locked coming in. But if an inmate across the hall gets unruly or gets out of control, this is the first room they'll have access to. Okay, this is our outside exercise area at the Henry County Jail. This is similar to the bars and mesh that you saw in the jail cell. This is an obsolete feature in current jails. Most current jails have indoor exercise with outdoor elements. And what I mean by that is a new jail is designed with an 18-foot ceiling for their exercise area. At about the 15 to 17 foot range, there's a door that opens while they're utilizing the exercise area, allowing them natural light. This is a very obsolete feature. However, we're required by Iowa law and federal standards to provide our inmates with exercise opportunities with fresh air and outside light. Just to recap, I want to point out several things that I'd like to for people to remember from the tour. Our storage and workspace are very limited. Our hallways are narrow. We have no elevator. ADA compliance is something that's very difficult for the sheriff's office. Our jail bed space is obviously one of our major concerns. We have 8 beds. We're housing anywhere from 25 to 35 prisoners at a time now. It's very expensive for the taxpayers of Henry County. Something that we can't put a dollar figure on that's very important is the safety factor. We have safety factors for our deputies, safety factors for our jailers, safety factors for our civil clerks and our dispatchers. Our entire staff every day has to overcompensate for deficiencies in the building because of the safety factors. From the simple first entrance, the ADA compliance on the front ramp is out of compliance. The front lobby, there's safety factors right as soon as you walk in the door. There's no restriction for somebody that wants to be violent with our staff or our inmates. all the way through the fact that we're overpopulated, sometimes 5 times our capacity, which is all expensive for the county. I thank you for taking the tour, and I would like to welcome you to come and take a physical tour if the virtual tour is not sufficient for you. We're going to have 3 physical tours of our facility over the next couple months. The first one coming June 22nd from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. On July 8th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or July 27th from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thanks again, and I hope you can come and join us for a tour, and I hope tremendously that you vote on August 1st. Thank you.